Welcome. Welcome to the Inspiring You Show. If we haven't met, I'm Henry. Hello, my friends. My, oh my, we have a lot to talk about. We're going to be doing the mini energy update for the week of the January 8th through January 15th in 2025. And also, I just want to talk about what is going on. First, let's kind of dig into the energy themes, which has been so interesting, and we're only 9 days into January. Okay, friends, first of all, we really are starting the year with courage and patience, which is part of the energy forecast, specifically this week and overall in January. So, as we step into the early weeks of the new year, we're still in a phase of recalibration, a continuation of December's themes of closure, reflection. This is a time for investigating where and how we spend our time and energy. Energetically, the start of the year can feel somewhat a bit unhurried or quite different than before. But this unhurried feeling could be emphasizing the importance of allowing ideas to percolate and ripen before anchoring them as concrete intentions and goals. Also, though, it could just feel a bit interesting. I talked about it in the overall energy forecast, which one of my friends and also members of the Patreon said, wow, interesting to listen to it now, considering what's going on for all of us in Los Angeles, California currently. So I'll get into that in a minute. But the first part of this month really encourages us to create space for this percolation, finding the courage to balance holding back for right timing with moving forward when the green light appears. So, cultivating courage for transformation. Courage is the key energy of the moment. It allows us to cut through fear and resistance, empowering us to move toward or away from a situation, intention, action, habit, or pattern. Courage challenges us to face hard truths, make necessary choices, and commit to those decisions, even when they may lead to discomfort, disappointment, or difficult consequences. It is the force that keeps us disciplined and helps us release what no longer supports us while stepping boldly into the unknown. Without courage, we risk falling into cowardice and energy driven by fear. Cowardice manifests as anxiety, being lethargic, stagnation, possibly self judgment, or negativity. This week and this month invites us to really to build and use courage as we navigate the opportunities and challenges that come with the new year. Building courage one step at a time. Courage, like a muscle, needs to be cultivated and strengthened through consistent practice. Start small, build gradually, challenging yourself to lean into discomfort while trusting the process. Really surrendering. This is really about, letting yourself be patient and surrender and trusting the process. So, here are some areas where courage may be needed this week. Facing hard truths. Acknowledge what needs to be changed or be addressed in your life. So, facing those hard truths, making and committing to difficult decisions. Choose what aligns with your highest good, even if it's uncomfortable. Stepping out of your comfort zone. Begin something new that excites and challenges you. Releasing attachments. Let go of relationships, habits, or patterns that are no longer beneficial. Taking responsibility. Own your health, well being, and personal growth. Changing negative patterns. Break free from self sabotaging cycles and habits. Trusting divine timing. Exercise patience and faith in the right path unfolding, really allowing yourself to be in that surrender process. So, this is really a pivotal time to stay proactive, present, and aware. By accessing courage, we can emphasize new opportunities, bring closure to what is complete, and eliminate what is no longer useful. So, when things come to completion, allowing them to come to completion. Courage enables us to face the year with clarity, resilience, and a deeper sense of purpose, really moving into that more inspiring action of transformation. And here's how it's showing up for me, y'all. Some of you may already know this, but I am currently in the process of navigating courage and also the rest and replenish energy theme. So currently, I'm navigating the challenge of being evacuated due to the fires in Los Angeles, California. I live in Santa Monica, California, and my area where I live in, it on Tuesday, we got the word that we had a mandatory evacuation because of the Palisades fire. And y'all, even though we were watching it all day, if you hear the alerts, there are alerts going off on my phone because of all the fire watches, because our city in Los Angeles, it is like there's fires everywhere right now. And it has been one of the most intense experiences where I've been in a lot of intense experiences, but this is really on a whole nother level. When you are when there is just smoke that is so thick and it just smells like this wildfire, and they're going up and down the streets with the intercom over the PA system. The cops are saying, evacuate now, evacuate now, evacuate now, evacuate now. It is so surreal. It is so incredibly just you're in your survival in terms of fight, flight, freeze. It is like on, like, let's go, let's go, let's go. And it's a lot. I mean, it is a lot. And so Tuesday, a friend of mine, we evacuated from Santa Monica, and her friend has graciously taken us in and is hosting us. And he's just so incredibly kind, and we're so grateful. And yeah, so I don't have my podcasting equipment, obviously. I'm in a different space than I normally am in, and I have what I have. I have my dog. My dog and I are safe. We have some items, and yeah, here we are. Tonight there's gonna be another, set of strong winds going through, and so, we're really the Palisades fire is not contained yet, and so we'll really know after tonight where we're gonna stand. But the scary thing about all of this is that, you know, just last night, we're in West Hollywood and another fire popped up at Runyon Canyon, and we were further enough away from it, but close enough that we had to be on alert to know whether or not we needed to evacuate from the second place. And evacuating once, but then twice, it's like, where do you go? Like, okay, we just need to get out of the city. The whole city is burning. Los Angeles County is a pretty big city, but it's like with the embers going, it just has been a lot processing, and so it's been the tools which, if you've been here with me since the new year, my power positive words have been light, like literally like shifting into just here I am in my authentic self light, and just showing up. And then also my other word is thriving, like moving from surviving to thriving. Like, what? And I mentioned how last year my word was unstoppable, and in that word coming in, I thought it was meaning for one thing, and I was really like, "Wow, this is gonna be a great hype word." And meanwhile, that word got me through some really difficult times when the energy was so heavy, and I was like, "Oh my god, I don't even know if I can move because the energy is so heavy." And the cosmic energies coming in were so heavy. And then that word just came in and would just anchor me and uplift me again and again. And so now this time, previously I may not have just gotten on here without, just like, here I am, and, you know, and now I'm showing up. I'm on social media. I've been posting videos. The last night I posted a video where I had my hair in a towel. That is something I would never have done last year, but in my new era, if you will. Here I am in my authentic self light era. Here I am. This is the situation. This is where I'm at. This is how I'm using the tools. This is how the tools are helping me. This is how I'm using the tools to reset my nervous system. And also through this with the word thriving, it's interesting because even though I'm in a really difficult situation right now where we are in, where there's fires all across the county happening and we don't know what is going to happen in regard to our places, hoping for the best, but the reality is also it just smells like wildfire. I mean, it just is so strong. So we don't know in terms of moving forward what's going to happen, and also because we're not out of the danger zone right now. We're still the winds are heavy tonight, and the fires have been continuing. So all you can do is really lean into the tools, resetting your nervous system, regrounding, realigning, doing energy meditations, connecting to your breath, using the tools, anchoring to my words. And so my word thriving really is like, even though I'm literally in a survival situation, I'm actually thriving in the surviving situation. The space that I'm in, like the kindness that is being offered us and all the support, love, and care that's being extended to us has just been so incredible. And I just feel so grateful. And so even though I'm displaced right now, I'm evacuated and I don't know what tomorrow's going to hold in regard to my living situation. I'm still thriving. I'm still able to show up and be my authentic light self. I'm still here. I've been posting on social media. I haven't been able to do as long form, but I now have. I just got onto the internet. I didn't have internet access, so I just got in the internet access today. So I'm able to do live streaming now. So I'm still thriving, and so my words. It's just they're so profound when they come in, where you think it's humanly, you thinking it's one thing because the guides might be giving you information on like X, Y, and Z is about to come, but it doesn't mean that your brain and your human in this lifetime that you understand the greater significance. You might, but you may not. And depending on, I don't know if I had that I was also really sick. I mean, if everybody remembers, I had a really bad chest cold, and I'm just so grateful that I didn't come here and I'm having to convalesce. I'm literally like, I'm so much better. I have a little cough left, but that's about it, and I'm so much better. Um, and so you just like, what is thriving? And you really, I'm really looking at thriving in a whole nother way in terms of the definition. And it's really broadened my perspective of thriving. And I have a deeper appreciation of it. And also really seeing then allowing myself to give myself to anchor the word to light, allowing my light to shine no matter what's happening. And I think sometimes, people think that whether it's, you thinking light and thriving, that, oh my God, like everything's happening for me and everything is amazing, great, which it may be. But then again, though, things are happening. It's not right, wrong, good or bad. It's the isness, and it's the business of the isness. And we become so victimized by things like, oh my God, I can't believe, like, if I would have been like, oh my God, I can't believe I'm in fires. I just did this whole like workshop on intention setting and I picked my words out. And now look, I'm in like a disaster zone. Like, and then what is the universe doing to me? The universe is not doing anything to you. You are co-created with the universe. It's not right, wrong, good or bad. There's an isness in the business, and things are going to happen in this world. Things are just going to happen in this world. I mean, so how are you then showing up in the moments to meet the moments? What kind of mindfulness are you using? How are you using your tools? And even if like the greatest person with the greatest tool work, it doesn't mean that you're not going to get stressed at times. It doesn't mean that your nervous system's never going to be dysregulated. We are living a human experience, people. And so in the human experience, you have to give yourself spaciousness and also grace, and then using the tools and recognizing like, oh, wow, whew, I'm starting to feel a little overwhelmed. I think I need to do a mindful Reiki meditation. I need to anchor into my power positive words to help me. I need to reset. I need to go on a nature walk with a mask on. I need to, do some gratitude work and just be like, I'm alive. Like literally, like when you think about light and thriving, I'm alive. So my anchor words really did help me. I'm alive, I'm light, and I'm thriving. And that's amazing. So it's been a really challenging couple days, but really profound as well, like really, really deeply profound. And I'm still processing a lot of it because it is an incredibly surreal event. Um, it is a very surreal event to be evacuated and also to have watched the fires coming up, and then from there come to another place and almost have to be evacuated again because another fire just sprang up. And that fire, the Runyon Canyon fire, oh my gosh, that fire went so fast. But then they put it out. They were able to contain it, put it out, which thank goodness. But it just spread so fast, and it's at nighttime, which just adds a whole nother layer to it. So with it, what I really want to encourage people is that, we have like with information, it's about utilizing it as actionable information when it's called in time for. Sometimes it is about really rest and replenishment, but then there's moments where you are in inspiring action using the information. And what is interesting is if you listen to the energy forecast I did in the beginning of the month, I did not even like there was foreshadowing to this time in Los Angeles. One of my friends like called me and like pointed it out to me. She's like, that was like, oh my God, that information, that psychic information, it was there. But it doesn't mean that the human is able to, sometimes you're being protected to support you, and then the information will come in when it needs um to get you ready. And the guides had said to me Tuesday morning when I woke up, I had all these like I had all the stuff I was planning to do in terms of the podcast and everything, and the guides were like, just like put that on pause right now and and go for a long walk. And I went for a long walk, and then around 10:30, we heard the news that a fire had broken out in the Palisades. And it was like, and everyone in my neighborhood area started talking about how we could smell the smoke, we could see it from a certain area. And then the guides were like, just go over there and do some live streaming and send some Reiki and just keep grounding. And so everything I thought that I was going to do on Tuesday, it became like that went out the door. And the most important thing was really being in the space of the light and thriving where you're alive in the space in this present moment, showing up and having this experience. And I did live streaming on TikTok for hours, and I had like over 30,000 people each time, and we were just communicating and sharing. And a lot of people from the area were sharing where they were, how they were feeling, and also sharing resources too. So with it, my point in all of it is, y'all, it's about the mindfulness and making sure you're not getting stuck in expectations, so much so with the expectations that you are losing sight on being present in where we are. And it doesn't mean that if something happens that your tools aren't working, that you're not connected, that you're not receiving psychic information. It just doesn't mean that. It just means we are living in a world where all kinds of things can happen. We are here to have experiences. It is not right, wrong, good or bad. There is the business of the isness. And in that business of the isness, it is about when these moments are happening, how are you showing up? What tools are you using? Are you practicing, or are you just talking the talk and not walking the walk? And yes, sometimes I just want to talk the talk, sometimes I do. But it's about, though, in those moments when your nervous system is feeling dysregulated or something's happening, okay, let me reach for the tools to reset, reground, and help myself. So this is where I am. And so I am, currently navigating this experience of being evacuated due to the fires in Los Angeles, California. And this experience has deeply reinforced also this theme of, courage, really cultivating courage and patience. Because first of all, like when you are like, "Oh my gosh, this is happening," it's like the courage of like, "Okay, I need to pack, I need to get going, I need to get my human to safety." It's courage. So when this theme came in this week, I didn't really understand it so much until obviously it was so in play for me. But courage is the key energy of the moment. And also with this too, hold on one second. I just have to help my dog out. Hold on one second. Let me help my dog out. Okay. I just had to help her out. We are in a different area than she's normally used to. So I had to really I've had to really, lean into courage, and then patience too, patience with the process, where the patience with the process of, we don't know how long the fires are going to happen. And so, and with this, it's like facing hard truths, acknowledging what needs to change or be addressed in my life. And something that I have been thinking about is Los Angeles a place where I'm going to be staying for like how long am I staying here? I've been here for over 20 years. I come originally from New England. Is this really where I'm staying for the next, chapter of my life? And I have been thinking about, like, maybe there's a place that I wanna move to. And so when we talk about building courage, then making and committing to difficult decisions. When I thought about moving, I was like, "Ooh, I don't think I'm ready to move. I'm so, like, in the community, and I've been living here for so long. It's the place where I grew up. It's the place where I came in my 20s. I just am so familiar with it because there was an attachment to it." But now in looking at like what's happening with global warming and this unprecedented, like this experience of just the fires happening, where when I first moved here, we didn't really have like fire season per se. We had like Santa Ana winds, like the winds, but not like this level. And with the fire, now they call it like fire season. And what do I want for the next part of my life? I'm no longer working in television. I don't, at Los Angeles isn't a place that I need to be for work per se, because I am mobile. And so it comes with then facing hard truths, making and committing to difficult decisions, trusting, releasing attachments, letting go of relationships or even cities that you lived in so you can have personal growth. So I don't know, I'm not really there yet. But I also know what also came into play is the rest and replenishment theme, where, even in uncertainty, I found it essential to pause and ground myself through intentional practices like energy work, mindfulness, breath work, journaling, and then connecting obviously with community, loved ones for support, and taking these inspiring actions to just nurture emotional resilience have also been key. So this whole like experience has really reminded me that, with it, all of this, it's like continuing to use the tools. Hold on one sec. My dog needs help again. Come here, Boba. Why don't you come join us? Come join us. Come join us. That'll be easier for me. Come here. Okay, hold on. All right, here she is. Here's the little one that evacuated with me. Hello. So with it, it just has reminded me again and again, these last couple of days, how important tools are. So with that then, my friends, if you are facing unexpected challenges, just taking micro moments to use tools can really serve as anchors, helping you feel more centered and more resilient. By taking a moment to do energy work or a deep breath, a comforting, a power positive word, it creates a moment of stillness in the chaos, can really be supportive. Also, this week on Monday, January 13th, we'll be experiencing the full moon in Cancer, which is also known as the wolf moon. This moon invites us to reflect on home, family, and environments that, sorry about that. Sorry, y'all. I mean, girl, it is what it is. Oh my God. It is not perfect. This is my authentic light self. Here it is, people. All right. So Monday, January 13th, we'll be experiencing the full moon in Cancer, also known as the wolf moon. This moon invites us to reflect on home, family, environments that shape our comfort and habitual behaviors. Pay attention to lessons surfacing in these areas, especially those related to family imprints or dynamics that may no longer support you. Like me thinking about, is Los Angeles going to continue being a city that I'm going to stay long term in? So, this full moon brings emotional clarity, shedding light on what requires your attention for healing, recalibration. Strong emotions are signals. Listen to those strong emotions, they're giving you information. Allow space for emotional clearing and focus on releasing old patterns. This is an opportunity to align with new supportive patterns that help you cultivate personal balance and direct your energy more intentionally. So, with that, my friends, as we move through the rest of this week, remember that slowing down is not a setback, it is an essential part of growth. The cosmos is inviting you to pause, replenish, let yourself be supported, move into courage, and prepare for the transformative shifts ahead. By honoring all of this, you're building a strong foundation for an aligned action in the weeks to come. So, with that, my friends, thank you for all the love, the care, the support, for all the texts and the messages that everybody has sent me. I so appreciate that. Thank you, thank you, thank you for that, and thank you for tuning into this energy update. If you have found this helpful, please, my friends, like, subscribe, comment. I would love to hear from you. Also, check out the full January energy forecast on the podcast or YouTube for a deeper dive into the themes and astrological influences that are shaping the season. With that, my friends, until next time, take care of yourself, honor the rhythm of your journey. And if you are in Los Angeles, may you be safe, my friends. May your family be safe. And please reach out. And if there's anything I can do to support you, please let me know. And just anything, just continuing to support each other as a community as well. With that, my